Hello everyone, and happy July 4th. Happy Independence Day for those of you here in the United States. Today we're going to be caulking a stainless steel sink onto a Butcherblock countertop. This Butcherblock countertop has previously been coated with mineral oil, so we're going to need to clean that off in order for the caulking to stick. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to need to do is to clean off the mineral oil that has been soaked in to the Butcherblock countertop, because the caulking will not stick to the mineral oil. In fact, tape won't even stick to the Butcherblock that has been coated with the mineral oil. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got the sink loose, as you can see. And I've got a couple of spacers that I'm going to put under the sink to hold it up so that we can get under and to it. So I'll just put these spacers in here. Give it a little bit of adjustment. I've got some denatured alcohol, just some standard type of denatured alcohol that you would use either as cooking fuel or for various projects around the shop. I've got some regular paper towels, and I'm going to use these paper towels in order to clean underneath and back behind and on the sides of my sink. So I'm just going to get this stuff soaked into the paper towels and then go all the way around underneath the sink and in front of the sink. You can see the sink is completely free to move. I do have the sink connected. It is connected to the faucets and it's also connected to the drain, but the drain is a little bit flexible, as is the faucet connections, so it's able to move around on its own. Okay, that's one good coating. Let me do it again. We want to make sure and get off all of that mineral oil. And then after we're done, we're going to recoat the sink again. And I'm going to clean out well clear of this, because I've got to be able to tape on the Butcherblock in order to keep the caulking from going places I don't want it. The denatured alcohol will not hurt the Butcherblock, provided you don't just soak it and leave it. It will evaporate on its own, especially on a day like today that is blazing hot. Butcherblock is really pretty. I got this Butcherblock at Lowe's. It's an 1 3/4 inches thick. They sell it in 6-foot lengths, 8-foot lengths, and 4-foot lengths. So this particular countertop here was 8 feet long, and I cut it down so that it was just a little bit over 7 feet. And then I cut out this area for the sink cutout. I'm also cleaning the sink itself, the stainless steel, because I'm going to want the tape to stick real well to the stainless steel. And who knows what kind of soap or oils or something like that might be on this stainless steel. So I'm cleaning it off also. Okay, now we're going to take a break for a couple of minutes, and I'll come back in just a little while, and I'm going to clean this again, but I want this alcohol to be able to evaporate and to dry out any oils that might still be left in the wood. I'm hoping will rise to the surface so that I can clean them out again. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, folks, we're back. I've cleaned under here 2 more times with the denatured alcohol, and I'll let it dry for about 20 minutes. Now I'm going to take a piece of tape and make sure that it will stick to the clean surface. That will tell me if I got the majority of the mineral wool off, and it does stick. So I'm confident that the caulking will also stick. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the sink down so that I can tape it. Okay, I want to adjust this so that it appears to be in the right place. And then I'm just going to run tape around the outside edge of the sink so the caulk does not get onto the butcher block that is outside the rim of the sink. And I'm going to put this all the way around. This just makes a job so much easier and nicer so that you don't have a bunch of cleanup to do afterwards. And part of the beauty of Butcherblock is just being able to see the natural colors of the wood. So you don't want to get any caulking on that would block the mineral oil from getting in there. So you can see that I've got tape all the way around now, all the way around the outside edge of the sink. Now I'm going to put tape around the actual edge of the sink. And this way, if any caulking oozes out and gets onto the edge of the sink, I can clean it off real easily. I'd probably be able to clean it off with, denatured alcohol or something like that. But this is a brand new sink, and I really want to keep it nice. So this is just an extra step that I'm willing to do to assure that it remains like brand new. When you're taping things, just kind of take your time, line up the tape with the edge. If you want to, you can take a knife and put right down where you want it to cut, and then just pull against it, and that will cut the tape very straight. It's a little harder here in the back just because of the angles and stuff, but not impossible. Just take your time and do what needs to be done. All right, one more edge. I didn't tape that as well as I should have. There's a little bit exposed, so I'll go back and put some more on there. There we go. Okay, so now we have this blue painter's tape going around the outside edge, and we also have the blue painter's tape on the edge of the sink. So now what we need to do is to raise the sink back up again so we can get our caulk up under there. And that's just a simple case of putting the spacer blocks back under there. I just cut these spacer blocks before I got started out of some scrap wood. There we go. I can see all the way around. I'll go all the way around and make sure my tape is secure. There we go. Okay, the tape is down and secured onto the edge of the Butcherblock. And then for caulking, I've just got regular silicone clear caulk. And I need to cut it open. So I'll just use my knife. And then after you cut open silicone, you need to stick a nail or something in there in order to puncture the inside membrane. And I've just used a long screw. And I'm going to bring that long screw out and put it on this paper towel so it doesn't accidentally get onto the countertop. Now I'm going to use this caulk, and I'm going to go all the way around and put caulk all the way under here. A nice generous bead. There's no need to be too conservative, because anything that comes out, we're able to just clean up afterwards. I'm going to put this on a paper towel also, so it doesn't get damaged. Go look. Make sure I have the caulk everywhere I want it, especially back in the back where I couldn't see as well. And I see one area back here that doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to put some more caulk in that area. All right. Okay, now we lower the sink down. Start out down here on this side. Push that one out. Let me raise this up. Take that out of the way. So I'm going around and making sure I have the sink right where I want it. You can see that caulking has come out all the way around the sink. And that's exactly what I want. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to add some water to the sink, and I'm going to do that so that I have some extra weight holding down on this caulk. You can also put some jars in here. Actually, I don't see any need to run all my water. I'll just put some jars in here to add some weight. This will help to hold everything down until the caulk dries. Yeah, let's get some of these jars too. And that's about it. I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I'll come back afterwards and trim off this caulk after it's dried, take up the tape, and we'll be done. And I'll have a sink that is completely caulked and leak-free. And it looks very nice. So I thank you guys for joining me. If you will, go ahead and hit the like icon and subscribe to our channel to be able to see more content. I try to do a video at least every week. I've kind of fallen off my schedule because I've been finishing up the tiny house, doing a lot of siding on the outside. But now that that job is complete, I have a lot more time to concentrate on more videos. So I thank you for joining us, and I will see you again next time. Happy July 4th.